Sue Moffat, I'm the director of New Vic Borderlines. My colleagues here, I just wanted to say that everybody in the cast have given their permission for people to take photographs. So if you feel moved to, then please go for it. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to read a prepared statement. It's a bit like resigning from government or something, isn't it? So, hi everyone, welcome to the New Vic Theatre. And to our little mini conference, which has been put together by the participants of our Next Chapter project. During this project, we have engaged with and met hundreds of people who have generously and bravely shared their experiences of mental illness, dependency and homelessness. Sometimes all three occurring at the same time, or triggering one of the others off. Everything you see in here today has come directly from people who want to transform their own and other people's experiences for the better. A massive thank you to all the NHS Transformations Fund for making this project possible, and to all our participants who have helped create today. A very special thanks and huge respect to the people who will present and perform for you this afternoon. Following the performance, there will be a workshop where you can share your own feelings and ideas about making a difference. So, yeah, Next Chapter project, it's been amazing. So, for many Wednesdays now, this year, we've had regular meetups with people turning up, and slowly but surely building up the confidence to be able to perform for you today, which I think is amazing. Knowing the journey that lots of people have been on this project, it truly is a transformative thing that's happened. And we're really proud and happy that we're able to extend this project on beyond this mini conference today, and we're going to continue to do our Wednesday meetups and creating a setting for people to experience theatre and use creativity to kind of access parts of their stories and to showcase those things, and maybe just do things for fun. We've got Christmas coming up soon, so maybe we'll just do something.
games.
Yeah, so maybe we'll just do something for fun. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to get ready now to perform our Next Chapter performance for you. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't be afraid to tell people how you feel, how you really feel.
Don't be scared of everything, or wait for the perfect moment.
It's okay to take a risk. Just live here. Just live now. Just live. Just let your story be.
Life will get better. This world is big, cruel and scary, but you are kind. Continue to be kind.
Keep in contact with my old friends.
Don't get too emotional. It's okay to be frustrated or feel empty sometimes. And it's okay not knowing everything.
Love yourself.
You are strong, stronger than you think you are, and you will survive.
Enjoy every moment of happiness and treasure them.
Block out their negativity. Block out yours. Because your story will be great. It will be filled with battles. You'll have your scars.
Talk about your feelings, if not, then have a big impact on your future.
Your demons won't win. You will silent.
Get rid of the word should.
Don't get too emotional.
Your story will be great.
It's okay to be frustrated or feel empty.
Talk about your
You'll
feelings,
have your scars.
And it's okay not knowing everything.
There'll be moments of loss. Moments of feeling. Nothing.
Getting up in the morning when the alarm goes off.
I can't face the day.
Walking to the bathroom and brushing your teeth.
What's the point in trying?
Turning the taps on and having a shower.
I'm a failure.
Unlocking the door and leaving the house.
I'm so afraid.
suffering with anxiety, for sitting just talk is really, it's just too much. You won't do it, it's overwhelming. So to play the games it takes that pressure off, it takes that focus off them, but it's also in getting them to interact with people, getting them involved. So I think it's really good to do the games, just to take off that pressure.
It makes you forget your problems for a little while. When you're playing the games, you concentrate on those, and most of the games you play are fun games. So you have a laugh while you're doing it, and your thoughts just aren't there for a while.
Certainly, I'll leave my expression at door, the front door, and we're not going to be I'm a different person, honestly. And that's how I see it from my heart.
Right, here we are on our first Wednesday with the Next Chapter project. So let's play some games. Are you ready?
Yes! Oh, come on, then.
Yeah. A bit more enthusiasm, come on. Yes! This game, ladies and gentlemen, is called Object Transformation. Oh, hi, Kerry, you all right? So this isn't a pencil. It's got to be anything other than a pencil. This is not a pencil. This is a javelin.
That's not a javelin, that's not a spanner.
Oh, dear. That's not a spanner. That's my toothbrush.
Oh, very nice.
That's not a toothbrush, that's my microphone. I'm a star! I'm a star!
That's not a microphone. That's my partner's broomstick.
She's here as well.
That's not a broomstick. That's my screwdriver.
That's not a screwdriver. That's my ukulele.
That's not a ukulele. That's a plunger.
That's not a plunger. That's my alarm clock. No, it's my toothbrush. No, it's my loafer that when I have a shower. No, it's the spoon that when I eat. No, it's a lock in my door. It's me. Broken.
Anxiety.
Fear.
Isolation.
Lonely.
Fragile.
Comfortable.
Restless.
Stretched.
Drained.
Loud.
Disengaged.
I've lost count. How many times I felt the need to say, I'm okay, thanks. I'm great. You? I felt the need to smile. When the truth is, I feel sad, lonely, angry, frustrated, broken. I've lost count how many times I played scenarios back in my head of how conversations would go if I was just honest and said, no, I'm not okay. 1, the silence response, as they don't know what to say. 2, the man up response, as life could be worse. 3, that I know exactly how you're feeling. 4, your attention-seeking response. Will you stop being a drama queen? 5, the angry angry response as they feel frustrated that they don't know how to help you. I wish I could mend my broken mind as simple as I could a broken arm. But there is no magic plaster to make it all better. There's just me. And I feel like I'm fighting an invisible battle alone, wearing that expected smile on my face. When the truth is, it's just a mask. A mask to hide behind, to protect myself from judgment and labels, to escape those awkward conversations, to escape trying to explain the battle I'm fighting on a loop in my head. Have you ever explained to someone just how exhausting mornings are? Have you ever explained to someone how much energy goes into those daily tasks that some do with simple ease, like getting up in the morning, going to the bathroom and brushing your teeth, turning the taps on and having a shower, making your way down to the kitchen and eating, unlocking the door and leaving the house? Have you ever found yourself into a room full of people and felt like your heart was going to burst out of its chest? That you wish the ground would just swallow you up? Or the look you get when you turn up late again. Late for work again. How the manager pulls you to one side and says, you really need to work on your timekeeping because this is not acceptable. Or the work colleagues that turn your constant lateness into humour. And you put your mask on and laugh along as if it's one big joke. When the truth is, I'm sorry I'm late. I just couldn't get up. I'm sorry I'm late. I struggle to open the door. I'm sorry I'm late, I just needed to paint the smile back on. Have you ever wished that it was home time already, so that you could close that door behind you and escape the world again? So you could take that mask off and not have to worry about anyone judging you because you don't look okay. The constant tick list that goes on in my head as I try and get through the day. That some do so simply, but to others, it isn't. All the moments of light relief when you manage to achieve one or more of those tasks. The feeling of relief, hope, victory, even a happy note. You did it, you got through the day, you survived. That maybe tomorrow I'll get up with ease. Tomorrow when you ask me how I am, I won't need to wear a mask because the smile will be genuine. But this is one battle that seems to be set on repeat. A never-ending roller coaster of highs and lows. Does anyone know where the off switch is? Does anyone know how I can escape? Do you? Do you? Do you? I remember one day driving home from work. My anxiety was through the roof. I remember feeling numb, lifeless, non-existent. the feeling, the desire to not want to carry on made me ache all over in this crippling pain that's just hard to explain. I remember that day, how a lorry swerved across the road in front of me. And for that split second, my foot paused. My mind paused. An escape route from all of this, from all this pain, from this mask, from this broken mind. And then my foot slammed on the brakes. And the traffic carried on like nothing had happened. Everyone, unaware of the thoughts that had gone in my mind. But something did happen. My mind made a choice. It chose fight over flight. It chose light over dark. It chose to go home. To live, to make memories, to have hope. It chose to appreciate those days when I get a win and remember those wins on the days when the fight feels so much harder. Mine is only one story that's still being written. One person's fight. We all have different triggers, different traumas, different life experiences. Some get dealt a bad hand, and some there is no justification for the cause of the battle going on in their minds. Why is my mind set to be so negative? Why is my mind set to self-destruct? Do we categorize it? Do we judge it? Do we treat it the same? Do we put a label on it? We're all facing battles in the world. What do you do if you feel too ashamed to ask for help? What if you do if you feel like you don't deserve help? What if you don't know where to look for help? What if, in your story, you are fighting a battle in addition to, or instead of? What do you do?
If I'm needs assessing someone, I always put someone's physical health at the very top. So it's, what's the point of getting talking therapies if your back's broken? Like if you can't move. Okay. So that one goes at the top. So dealing with that every day. He's reminded about that every day. He's in pain every day. So they're all kind of like it's a catch-22. If he has a good day, because the pain not so bad, is that the right day to do talking therapies? What about next week when his back's falling off? You can't get any consistency because you're fighting a battle on 5 different fronts.
Does anyone like fruit? Anyone like fruit?
Anyone like fruit?
Find out how to do this.
Horrible.
You like fruit?
So bad. I know everyone likes fruit.
Like tomatoes. Like avocados.
Right, here we are on another Wednesday. Another Wednesday morning. Hi guys, you ready? Okay, we're going to play another game. We're going to play name and action. So, I'll start. Are you ready? Bob.
Phil.
Bill. Bob.
Bob. Phil.
Phil.
Adam.
Adam.
Simon.
Simon.
Kerry.
Kerry. Jackie.
Jackie.
Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Colin.
Colin.
Chris.
Chris.
Sandra.
Sandra.
Steve.
Steve.
Right, I'll start. Okay, you ready? So, Bob.
Simon.
Simon. Cheryl.
Cheryl. Simon.
Simon. Jackie.
Jackie. Simon.
Simon. Adam.
Adam. Simon.
Simon. Sandra.
Sandra. Simon.
Simon. Bob.
Bob. Simon.
Simon. Simon. Simon. Simon. Simon. Simon. Simon. Simon. Simon. Simon.
I was sober for 40 days. Then my mum died. Cheers! My dad followed in July. You see, I'm in a situation where if I pick up a bottle, I'll change. I could be pissed speaking to you right now, but I'm not. Drink's my problem. I was done for shoplifting the other day. I was meant to meet this theatre guy, so I did like, but the next day, he was going on about this project. What was it now? Co-occurring conditions. Mental illness, dependency, and homelessness. A bingo! I told him, I don't know if I'm possibly, I don't know if I'm the wrong kind of person to speak about this thing with you. I got run over when I was 10. Things went downhill since then. He asked, have you been homeless? I said, yeah, I have. Yeah. I've been everywhere. I've lived everywhere. Manchester, Birmingham, Coventry, Derby, Leicester, Nottingham, and here. I suppose, like, you just, I don't know how to say it, but you just pick up skills. If you know what I mean, like, you just meet other people and they're going through the same kind of thing as you're going through, but they're not, I mean, they're not going through what I'm going through. I suppose you just learn of other people, different people. There's help. There's places for support and stuff, like, I've had quite a lot of help in the past, like with the people from Birmingham and Manchester. When I'm about, I get support and stuff. It's rough. It's rough. If you want the truth, to be honest with you, if you don't have a strong backbone, you can't handle it. It's too rough. There's been plenty of times where I'm like, I can't be arsed. I can't fucking do this anymore. Right, on to the next planet, and there's one. Mental health? Well, like, I've got like sisters and brothers around here, and that stuff, and I just keep soldiering on for them, like, I've got to soldier on for them. I'm the youngest in the family, and like, obviously, if I just don't want them to get that phone call from someone, you know, saying he's gone, he's lost it, he's done this. I don't think that they can handle it, if you know what I mean, to be honest. Alcohol's my thing. I went to go to AA meetings. That helped me out for a bit. Like, when I go there, it seems like I get like support and stuff. Like, obviously I'm a bit skeptical of this lot, you know. I'm a bit anxious around other people like that, and to be honest, when I get there, it's nice. Everything's nice. Like, people seem like they want to help you. They want to give you support. Alcohol's been my thing. It's ruined my life, yeah. Like, I lost my wife. Well, I haven't lost my wife, but like, I lost her and son. They're out there somewhere. But I haven't a clue. Why couldn't have I been better for them? I was 40 days sober. I had a bit of a blip, like, but, you know, back to square one and stuff, but I'm all right. You know, I've been 2.5 days, and, you know, I've got hope. I've got, you know, something to believe in. Like, I can get back to that 40 days again. Start again, start again, start again, start again, start again. Keep soldiering on. For family's sake. You see, it's like a game of snakes and ladders. But someone's always following you up the ladder with a bloody chainsaw to chop you down.
I think it's hard when, particularly when you can see that someone's really struggling, there's only so much you can do for them, but you want to do more, but you can't kind of cross that boundary. It's really, really hard because you will go home and think about that person.
I've been trying to involve carers because the stress that carers come under as well, and with it being mental health, people don't realise how much stress and pressure they're under because they feel helpless, they don't know what to do for their loved one.
I've never met a team of people who care so much, and they all really want to help, and they all get so stressed because they feel like they can't, there's barriers for them to help, and it's really hard.
So I've been trying to link in with charity care associations, and I've made a pack that we've got on reception that staff can just give out to people, like when they see patients and there's a carer there that they can just give out so that at least they've got some information of where to turn if they need it.
Having other people's problems on you, we kind of expect it. Obviously that's what we've come in to do. But again, it can get, if you've got personal things going on, that's when it gets quite hard. But for me personally, I don't know about other people at work, but hearing about other people's problems and being able to help them makes me feel better anyway. If I know that I'm having a positive effect on that person.
when we're talking about services, because my job is basically facilitating, so if she came to me and says, yeah, I want to go AA, I'll put him in touch with AA. If he says, well, I'm struggling with mental health, I'll get mental health reablement or talking therapies. So for someone in your position, it's really hard to get all of that at the same time. And if you take into account that she's dealing with physical disabilities, mental health, addiction, family bereavement, and then the circles you move in, the people you know, aren't really best. Practically, if you had the right support plan, where do you start?
Have you ever been barred from somewhere?
You're bored!
You're barred. Right, I'll tell you what happened. Anyway, right. Charlie, seats. Simon. It went a bit like this. So I was helping this guy out, right? He was up there. We were like,
Have you got your papers?
where's the papers?
I sent them in 6 months ago.
You sent them in 6 months ago.
They're not here. He's going to have to do them again.
I have to do them again? You must be kidding.
Couldn't believe it. So we got up, we started to walk away. I looked behind and she was spraying where we'd just been. And imagine if you'd seen that. How demeaning is that? So, we went down there again. We had an appointment, 9:30. We got there, 9:25. Excuse me.
1 minute.
We got to 9:35 and he's like,
I've got an appointment at 9:45. I've got to go soon.
he's got a doctor's appointment at 9:45 and we're like, come on, excuse me.
Bear with me. I am just on the phone. I'll be with you in a minute.
And so, basically,
I can't believe this.
my mate loses his head and goes, excuse me.
What? Oh, hello. How can I help?
He's gone.
Well, if he's not being here, then I'm going to have to put him down as...
You're going to sanction him?
That's it. I'm going to sanction him, and he's going to start all over again.
Shocking. Okay, so, third time lucky. Now, do you know how hard it is to sort out a PIP assessment? Right? He's already done it. So we get there again and we're like, right.
Have you got the papers?
We sent them in 6 months ago. You should be able to see it on your computer screen.
He's been sanctioned. Sorry. Going to have to start again.
I can't believe it. He's already done the PIP assessment. Why can't he get this other benefit? It's so simple.
Do you mind lowering the tone of your voice? We do have a zero tolerance.
You are kidding me. Come on,
Can
this
you
is unfair.
please
I want to
sit
speak
down?
to your manager.
This is
Zero
pathetic.
tolerance of aggressive behaviour. Security!
Security? What, you worry people are going to start stealing jobs? What's the hell's going on here? Ridiculous.
You're barred. 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 You're barred.
Service is stretched, but so is my mind. Any common sense is so hard to find. What's the point in taking on talking therapies when you're in constant pain with a pair of knackered knees? Co-compounded problems and disconnected dots. To pass a PIP test is like drawing lots, and you'll wonder why I'm strung out. I'm just passing time. I'm sorry you are late, now get to the back of the line. Zero trying to make a difference, trying to make sense. Plea for empathy, but there's zero tolerance. Zero trying to make a difference, trying to make sense, but there's zero tolerance. Zero tolerance. Add to your waiting list, I've got 18 months to live. What's the point in trying? I've got nothing left to give. Pleading for some lenience in very trying times. You're adding social justice to my litany of crimes. I'm fed up of excuses, you couldn't give a shit. I have to leave this hostel, it is tearing me to bits. I'm better off on the streets or alone in jail. No upward interjection in this sad old sorry tale. Oh, trying to make a difference, trying to make sense. Plea for empathy, but there's zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance.
Difference, trying to make sense, but there's zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance.
Trying to make a difference, trying to make sense. I plea for empathy, but there's zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance.
Difference, trying to make sense, but there's zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance.
You're bored. Right, we're going to play another game. I like to call this Anybody Who. Okay, so I'll start. Anybody who loves dogs.
I love dogs.
Oh, what?
I love dogs. Anyone who likes cats?
Now we're talking.
Oh no, dogs are better.
Anyone likes football?
Yeah, we'll go football.
No.
Great. Oh, it's me in the middle. Right, okay. Anybody who likes pizza?
Oh yes.
Come on, pizza.
Yeah. Oh, where's it happen?
Oh, pepperoni, definitely.
Oh,
Anybody who likes holidays?
Anyone likes holidays?
Anybody who smiled today?
What's the point? Just give up now.
Yeah, you're hopeless.
Just a waste of space.
You may as well stop trying. Because what are you going to do?
Just give up.
When you suffer with mental health, these are the things that you say to yourself regularly, and that others will say to you too. What you have to remember is, your journey is special for you. And I'm here to tell you my story. I was 2 years old. My mother left me in the middle of the night. My father came home in the morning. He didn't want me either. So I went to live with my mother's parents. That would have been a good life. Every morning, me and my gran used to go for a walk on the beach. Like any typical 3-year-old, in the water, messing around in the sand and completely making a mess. And one day my life changed. We were walking on the beach as we normally did. And a figure came towards us. I didn't pay much attention. I was buried away building sandcastles or whatever. And then I heard the loudest noise I've heard in my life. Turned around to see what was happening. And my grandma was lying on the floor. She had blood pouring out of her chest. She'd been shot by my mother's new boyfriend. And I can remember trying to wake her up. I didn't know what was going on. I was 3 years old. And my hands were covered in blood. And then somebody picked me up. I don't know who she was. She carried me away. And I can remember my bloody little hands on her blouse. And that's when the nightmare started. They carried on all through my childhood. Horrible nightmares of what I'd seen that day. And I went to live with my father's parents. They were nice people, didn't have much money. I went to school because we had very little money. Everything I had was second hand. And I got bullied really bad. So I decided to leave school, no qualifications, did a few part-time jobs for a while. But now industry. And that allowed me to travel all over. And I made friends. With some of us, we got a job working in South Africa. But brilliant. New start. New chapter in my life. So off we went. Hadn't been there long. A bomb went off. And every single one of my friends got killed. Miraculously, I walked away from it. Just a few scars. After a few weeks, I healed. And me and some friends decided to go to a nightclub, have a night out. While we were there, somebody started a fight. It was from the locals picking on one of our guys. So, it's like a rage took over. And I wanted in that fight. So in I went. Punching, kicking, everything. And there's something that caught my eye. Someone had pulled a gun. I didn't want no one getting shot. I've seen that before. So I went for the gun. I let it bang. Place went quiet. I looked down. I'm holding the gun. The guy that pulled it was lying on the floor. He's got blood coming from his shoulder. In the struggle, gun had gone off. He'd been shot. So I got arrested. And I thought, okay, like here, you know, down to the police station, put in a statement, job's a good one. No. I was taken to Pretoria prison. I went down these stairs that seemed to go on forever to the basement. And in this big, big room, probably as big as this there, dim little light bulb in the middle, with sacks on the floor, rats running everywhere. I was told to pick up a blanket. I think I declined that, thank you. So I was put into a cell. There's 12 of us in there. No room to sleep. You had room to stand, and if you were lucky, you could sit down. And every day for a week, this little inspector would have me taken back up those stairs into a room and would beat the living daylights out of me. After a week, he had enough. Put on a plane and flown home, deported. Broken ribs, fractures everywhere. So I healed. Got back into the gaming industry. Travelled around the country again, made some more friends. We went to Greece. Fantastic. What could be better? Sun, sea, ideal life. But fate was waiting again. And all the new friends I had over the period of a few years, they all died in horrific accidents, most of which I was witness to. Something told me in the back of my mind that you can't have any friends. Because everybody you become friends with ends up dead. And from that day to this, I don't have a single solitary friend. I don't want nobody dying because of me. That's not fair. So, I came back to the UK, decided to have a change of career. Got in a job that I love. Then lockdown came along, and for me it was a horrible time. And I feel for each and every one of them. But for me, this was fantastic. I didn't have to go out the house. Me and my depression and everything else I suffered from. Just sit in the house and remain there, quite happy. Not having to go anywhere. And I had various treatments from different services. Eventually I got referred to Linebrook. They decided that let's send somebody out to your house, have a chat with you. They sent this wonderful woman called Sandra. She saved my life. got me straight away. Nobody else had, but she got me. And we started to work together. And one day she sat there and said, "How do you fancy joining a group, the New Vic Theatre?" Shrugged my shoulders and laughed. Me in a theatre? I've been to a theatre in life. It's all Shakespeare and posh stuff, isn't it? No, it's not. She brought me along and she introduced me. And each week different people came and went, but the core stayed the same. And though I haven't made friends, we've made an extended family here. The people from the staff, those at the top, every single person sat here, are the most amazing people I've ever met. Their strength, courage, inspires me every day. I love this place. I look forward to our Wednesday meetings, like nothing else. I might not be able to go on a Tuesday, but I'm damn sure I'm getting up on a Wednesday. And I love my new family. Remember, many of us suffer from mental health issues. And it's like a war going on in your mind. But to win a war, you have to win those small battles. Getting up every day, brushing your teeth, everything we've demonstrated here. It's those battles that help you win the war. And together, with my new family, and the support of the most amazing partner I could wish for, will get me through this. It may not be tomorrow, today, tomorrow, or whenever, but I will get through this. I hope I can inspire others to do the same.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well done, Colin. That was brilliant.
Letter to myself. You are good enough. You are worth it. Don't hide in the shadows. Don't be afraid to show people who you really are. Don't be afraid to tell people how you feel or how you really feel.
To the me of yesterday, me of today, and me of tomorrow. Remember, it's okay to feel fear. It's okay to fail. It's okay to let go. Remember that where there is darkness, there will be light.
Don't be scared of everything. Don't wait for the perfect moment. I would have bought a car, cavalier, and had the most freedom to go places. Just set off and see where I end up.
To my younger self, there are 3 things I should have known. First, don't get too emotional. It's okay to be frustrated or feel empty sometimes. And it's
To my younger self, you're going to be okay. Life will get better. This world is big, real and scary. But you are kind. Continue to be kind. Speak your mind. Love yourself.
You guys go. Ready? Sorry, Sue. You know, that was uncalled for.
I think the plan was, until we realised that we've got these gorgeous barricades, is that you'd all end up there, we'd all end up here, and then we give you a round of applause for coming and supporting the afternoon. So.
Well, yeah, so thank you very much. So these guys did really well. So we've been meeting every week for some time to kind of just build a feel of a nice company feel. It's a safe space for people to turn up to on a Wednesday. Some people in the audience have been to them when we first started, so that's really good. And people have dipped in and dipped out of it, which has been totally fine, and we've gathered stories along the way. But really, the culmination of these Wednesdays has meant that we created a company. But really, this show has only been made really the last couple of weeks, if that really. So we spent a big chunk of last week creating the show, using all the material, all the conversations that we've had and recorded, the people that we've met, and all the words that you hear were real life stories, real life people's sentiments that we've recorded, and the conversations that we had, including members of the cast and staff as well. All our real life experiences of mental health and dependency, and some instances of homelessness as well. So yeah, they've done really, really well. I'm really proud of you guys. That you've done amazing. I can't wait to keep it going, doing something fun for Christmas. So thank you very much, guys. I think we're going to do some workshops in a bit. But yeah.